Okay,
So
well,
people joining. Hi, everyone. Hi.
oh,
Hi,
I can see Chelsea. Hi, Chelsea.
Hi, Chelsea. Okay, hi, dears. Happy Friday. So glad to see you today and welcome to our Wet Vibes community live session. And as I will give again the quick introduction, I will ask everyone who is joining us today, who joined today, to put in the chat your name, the country you're joining from, and your profession. And maybe some kind words, some greetings, whatever you want to put in chat, only nice things, put it, and then I will start a little bit with introduction. So, all right. Guys, as you know, at Vet Vibes, our mission is to discover more wedding talents to the world, to help you to attract right couples and to grow your business. And we do these live sessions and we invite industry leaders to have I would say, pretty honest conversations on their journey, what helped them to grow and what didn't. And our main goal is, the one hand, to inspire you and maybe to give you some insights that you can right away apply for your business. And of course, to get answers on all your questions. That is why we will have a Q&A. So with that, I will read some comment in the chat because I see familiar faces and that's cool. And also for those who just joined our community, welcome newbies. Glad to have you on board. So Chelsea, yes, from the United States. Alex from Germany. Marie from Germany. Strasbourg. Russia, Italy. Awesome. So with that, I believe we can move on and introduce our guest speaker. And I will pass over to Daria.
Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, if you didn't have a chance to actually put some comments in your chat and tell us about just who you are and where you're from, please do that. And with that, let me introduce the drum roll, Mr. Andrew Bayda. Andrew, are you here with us? Hello.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
Let me tell a little bit about Andrew's background. If you didn't know, he's one of the most established photographers today, I would say, in the world. He successfully conquered Europe and cementing his position in North America as well. And we're going to talk about it today. And we have some surprises prepared for you. He's been working with luxury brands like Prada, Van Cleef. He's been featured in Tatler, Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and of course, Vet Vibes. And with his camera, he caught some celebrities, as this gentleman on the right picture, as you can see it. And we've been honored. I personally been honored to work together with Andrew several times back in my wedding planner era. And as a Vet Vibes, as a team, we did some amazing collaborations together. And he doesn't give actually many lectures. So today is a unique opportunity to kind of pick up his brain on how to start working on the luxury and upscale market. So thank you for joining us, Fabio. Thank you for finding time to actually, yes, to join us and to share your story. And yeah, welcome. We're happy to see you here.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here. And you made me blush a little bit. So yeah, I don't do a lot of public speaking. Yeah, so I decided today, why not, to try. And yeah, let's give it a try and let's move on. Let's get it started.
Yeah, that is the beauty of our community. We try to keep this family vibe and connection, and not many of wedding talents are really good public speakers, but your experience is something very important to share. So that's why we're glad to have you here. And before we dive into the interview with you, we have a great surprise. We just received it this morning. So guys, do you know this man? It's Mr. Big, or HIM. So this will be a quick age check. How old are you?
How old are you?
Because for my generation, he was a dream man. Maybe for the younger girls, it's kind of a toxic guy. But
Yeah.
I believe almost, just put in chat. Are you familiar with Sex and the City and Mr. Big? we want to hear from you. Of course, thank you. We have the same age. Yes. All right.
Absolutely sure, we know him very well.
Absolutely sure. So yeah, and actually there is also some people, I believe the Wet Vibes team joined today. That's why we decided just to seize this opportunity, and that was just a piece of content, let's say, we received just this morning, and we couldn't hold ourselves back and want to share with you. So basically, the 9th anniversary coming for Wet Vibes. It's almost a decade.
9th
We are
anniversary.
spreading the love. And this amazing man made a surprise for us.
Yeah, for our team. And like I believe where there's some of our team, guys, if you were here, just maybe drop something in the chat so we'll know that Wet Vibes team here as well.
Oh, everyone knows Mr. Big. All right.
Yeah, so
And Mr. Big knows about us.
And he knows about us. He knows about Wet Vibes at this moment. So this is a surprise, and everyone, including our team, is gonna watch it for the first time. So yeah, I can see, yes, I can see some girls of our own team. Okay, so this is for you guys.
Wet Vibes team also, community and team, please raise your hand, Wet Vibes team.
Hey, Mr. Big or Mike Logan or Peter Floric, depending on who you love to hate. Listen, you guys, the founders reached out to me and I have a message I want to give you. You are amazing. You've been spreading love and inspiration for nearly a decade. That's a hell of a ride. Congratulations. I mean, keep rocking those fabulous editorials, creating outstanding content, discovering new talents, and shaking up the wedding world every single day. You are abso-fucking-lutely the best team in the world. Congratulations. Happy anniversary. Keep on rocking. All you need is love, and that's what you're doing. I'm rooting for you.
Blessed be.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you,
So
Chris.
that was a surprise. Thank you so much. Yeah, that, I mean, for me personally, that was Mr. Big that I was watching, and I was thinking, oh my God, Carrie and Mr. Big, they should be happy together, but they never were. All right, so that was a big milestone for us. And with that, let's now shift the gears to Andrew.
Yeah.
The man of the day.
The man of the day. Yeah.
After Mr. Big.
After Mr. Big. Yeah, the second man of the day after Mr. Big. Okay, so we would talk a lot today about your business principles or like marketing principles, or even if you know, if you don't know that you actually done something like as a marketing person, but we will elaborate on it from the marketing perspective because we know that you kind of do it organically, but still we would love to hear your story, how you ended up in the wedding market and the wedding industry, because we know that you started as a club photographer. So can you elaborate on your journey a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So as you just said, so I started my career while I was in the university in high school. So, and I decided to, I didn't have much spare time during the daytime because I was in university. So I decided to, and I still loved photography. So, and I decided to, why not to try in nightlife photography, the nightclub photography. So, and I convinced my parents to buy me the first mirror camera, professional camera. So, and that was the start, like the official start of my career. So back then, I think it was like 2010 or something. So the night life was like blasting in Moscow back then. And yeah, that was very popular. The clubs were, full of glamorous people. You remember this time? That was like interesting time to live in. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, and that's where I started my career. So I took a lot of time, took a lot of nights to learn a lot of things, how to make photography, like the people on these parties. So, and I think that was the best school for me. So I get paid, not much, but still. So I got paid. I had fun, definitely. I met new people.
Some free tequila, maybe.
Yes, definitely. That's for sure. So I was like 20 years old, and I could drink the whole night. I could took pictures the whole night. Then I could wake up at like 10 a.m. after the night, and then I needed to do like all the pictures. So I needed to edit it and deliver like in a few hours or something like that, and then I'll go to the next party like Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday. So that was the best school I could ever imagine, I think.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I believe like with a club photographer, but I mean, you can build down on it, but with a club photographer, it's kind of it has this uniqueness in terms that you need to work with this like really hard light, meaning like
yes.
you cannot see no one. You have to work with kind of like the journalistic approach, meaning the people they do not pose for you. Maybe some of them, I mean, for a couple of seconds, but you need to catch the moment. You need to
Yeah.
be super quick and efficient with the tools you've got. And I think this is the best preparation for the wedding world, because it's not only about the posing and the beautiful sunset, it's also about being in the moment and trying to capture this people with a blue or yellow or violet, like violet light.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was I think that was divided by two parts. So the first part was like complimentary shooting when the people just arrived at the party, and they were like, they
The
dressed
first
well, they're still sober, and they like look nice and clean. And then the second part of the job is like, the party is like going on, and then you have to catch the moment more like, ambient, and then the people are more drunk and they're dancing a lot. So so it was like two different styles I tried to improve, and yeah.
Combine it together. Okay, so why weddings? So what was do you remember your first wedding? How did it happen?
I don't remember. I wouldn't say I don't.
Okay.
I would say I remember my first destination wedding. So I don't remember like the inner market. So it was like a friend of a friend, and maybe it wasn't like a wedding as you can imagine it. So it was more like just a party with some friends and people, like two people like in a wedding dresses. That's all. But then I remember well my first Italian wedding. So as far as I told you, I met a lot of people in the nightclubs, and then they were, I mean, most of them they were uh, wealthy, of course, because they could afford partying all night long, and then of
Do
course,
nothing. Yeah. Just
yeah, do
party.
nothing, like yeah, like obviously that was people with money. So and I
Yeah, there was like a lot of models, right?
yeah, a lot of models, a lot of
Some
like
celebrities. Yeah.
yeah, actors, actresses, and then they I mean they know me well. They know I can do nice photography. That compliments them. And then one of the I mean, I could say it's like one of the friend of mine. So she got married. She was planning to get married, and then she's like, why don't you come to my wedding in Italy? I was like, hell
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Sure.
of course, with a pleasure. Yes, and then that wedding was. I mean, I wasn't the main photographer. I mean, I remember this very well. So that was a main photographer team. That was, I think, I don't remember it. I think it was Christian Oss Studio from New York.
Yeah, we know
Uh,
him. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and back then they were presented by, I think, three photographers there. It was a huge wedding. So and two assistants, I guess, and I was just like the friend of the bride who like took pictures for like party style.
Yeah.
This kind of pictures that I was good at. So I was a wedding photographer. I didn't know like how it works, like the dress and all that stuff. So I was just, why not? So of course, I went there together, and that was amazing. I mean, the wedding was amazing. It was in Ravello in the Amalfi Coast. And I mean, they still remember this wedding because I work now with many planners in Amalfi Coast as well. So they still remember this like big wedding with the fireworks, like 15 minutes long, and all like that was huge. And I spoke with Christian Oth, and I spoke with his team photographers. I mean that was a big inspiration. So that I realized I can do like the same. So I mean I was at the beginning of my past, but still, I mean I look at them, how they work, how they professionally work, how they have a big team, they divide the tasks between each other. So that was so much fun to look at. And then I mean, I can do it myself as well. And they were, I mean, I remember at that time they were, I wouldn't say like jealous, but they were like, I mean, they were obviously older than me, but and they said like, Andrew, you're like 22 years old, and you're here with us. It's big wedding. So you skipped all the steps because we had like a career. We was in university, then we were an assistant for like 10 years or something. Then we're here as a main photographer. But then you cut all these edges, and then like you're here shooting with us back to back. So then I decided, yeah, I can do it. Like I can do it more. I can do it by myself. So I can have my own team. That was a big inspiration for me.
Yeah, so you actually done it. So you kind of caught the glimpse of how you can actually do it, and yeah, decided. So you got this confidence that you can make it. And
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to the point of hard working, right? Because you were like super young and you already worked on upscale wedding even without being focused on the wedding market. But maybe on the next we can move on, and I have another question, because pretty much you did your homework, right? To get this out of the blue invitation to shoot the wedding, right? So let's talk a little bit more about your club photography experience and what did you do. And by the way, as we talk, please put in chat if some of you also had the club photography experience. It will be easier for us to understand the audience. Maybe there is someone, maybe no one, but again, what we try to achieve today, it's not, of course, no one can replicate Andrew's or someone else's path and journey, but we can totally get inspired with the approach. So talking about your approach and what kind of homework you did being a club photographer, you had we know that, right? That you had a chance to attend some cool movie premieres, some cool events, and tell us, what did you do specifically to get access to the celebrities, etc., and to shoot them? Because from the marketing perspective, there is a halo effect, and we talk a lot about that, and our community members heard many times. I don't want to be a broken record, but pretty much what does it mean when you're good at something? People assume that you're good also at something else. That's why that amazing girl extended you the invitation for her wedding, because you already was known and good in club photography. So tell us, what kind of tricks or strategies did you use to shoot the celebrities? Because this basically influenced the halo effect.
Yeah, sure. I mean, honestly say from that period, I didn't have any strategy at all. So I just really loved what I do, and then I just follow this path. So I didn't have like I need to do this and this and this. So I didn't have like any plan. I was just I was still in university, and I just like taking pictures of nice event and nice people. But still, apart from my nightclub photography, so I also did like the high society events that were happening like all around, and there were a lot of movie premieres, and the movie stars like themselves, they came to just for the premiere, and then I had the opportunity to be there as a photographer, and I mean there were like, I don't know, tons of photographers on this kind of premieres, that, and like the red carpet and all that stuff. So and I managed to take pictures of these celebrities. I mean, I remember that was Johnny Depp, Will Smith, Cameron Diaz. They all came, and then I was like throughout all these photographers, on the like, look at my camera, like,
and you have this one picture, 1 second that they actually look at your camera.
Yes.
You can crop it out, and
I didn't even have to crop, because I just made like. I took the lens, like the very
okay, got it. So the idea is like you were like the main photographer there, so like
so I was shooting like the long focus. So I didn't have any like the, how to say that, I didn't have any specific like guidelines to how to make this picture. So I was there like to make a nice picture of the main guests. So I took like the long lens, like 135 millimeters, and I took like the the close-ups of these people, so the background was blurred, so you couldn't even understand like that was a premiere or something. So I managed to make like, you know, very nice portraits of celebrities, well-known celebrities, and then I posted on my I think it wasn't like the Instagram wasn't popular there back then, so I just posted like somewhere on social media, Facebook, I guess, and my website as well. And the people was like, "Oh, you shot Will Smith. We saw these pictures. He was so good." Like, yeah, I didn't even like contacted with him. So I mean,
we were like
that
in
was
the
a great.
same room in the
Yes,
present.
yes, and so I was just for me, I didn't have any plans, so I was just, you know, collecting celebrities in my camera.
For your vanity, yeah.
Yeah, so I just had fun. So why not to see them like in person? Why not to take pictures of them? So and I posted on my website, and the effect was like very, very like nice. So we saw you worked with with Will Smith or something. It's like I mean I didn't even I never lied to people, so I always say like I was in the premiere. But anyway, the people saw these pictures and they was like, oh, he's like he was there. Like I
People already
want
built the
pictures
perception.
from him. So yeah, why not? I mean, it somehow it worked. It worked, and yeah.
It
So
definitely works. Like the celebrity, I mean, the association with a big brands, it definitely works. And I just remembered the story of how we actually worked together at the first time. I believe it was like 2015 or something, and you weren't like as established photographer as you are now, right now. And it was actually our bride. She was super glamorous, super fashion forward. She used to work in Cosmopolitan magazine. And she was like, okay, I love this photographer. I want to hire him for my wedding. And we were like, who is this guy? Like, we don't know him.
He's not even a wedding photographer.
He's not even a wedding photographer. Maybe we're not sure that he will do like the great job. And she's like, but did you see who they worked with? Like, did you see his portfolio? And we were like, maybe we would love to meet him actually, because we always fell.
Because he works with Western culture.
Yes, we also fell for this, like the celebrity agenda. And we're like, okay, let me meet this guy.
So I want actually a little bit summarize, because again, it's not about replicating Andrew's journey of being jealous. Oh, like he got lucky that he was on this premiere. It's mostly to give some kind of thoughts and inspiration that everyone in that room, in this virtual room, have some opportunity to have this access to the celebrities. We can build it, we can make it happen. So once you're in the room with some celebrities, take advantage of that, because Andrew did it unconsciously, right, for fun. But since we're here a little bit more, let's say, business forward, and we know what we are doing, every time do this. And you never know how it works, but it never hurts to have some celebrities in your portfolio, no matter if you're a photographer, videographer, or even the planner, right? Because the halo effect works for everyone. So you can also like start processing. I know that maybe it's kind of obvious thing, but not that obvious, because not really everyone does that. So also think about what are your plans for this year, and maybe there will be some kind of events. Don't be shy, just take your shot, and you don't know how it will work out for you and how beneficial it will be.
Yeah. I can see some questions. We will definitely save it and we will answer to everyone in the end of the session. And we are moving on. Okay, so the next big thing that we want to talk about is a network. And here's the quote, and we love this quote, is that your network is your net worth, meaning that especially in the wedding industry, I think it's one of the most unique things about this industry. And we talked with like our community about this a lot. Then just by attending some party and communicating with, I don't know, some wedding planner or like etc., they can recommend you, and like the next day you can seal the deal for the 5-figure contract. And this is amazing because you will just, okay, this person just remembered you. And I know that you used to work like the network a lot. Maybe you still do this. So maybe you can give us some advices, some sub-teams, because I know that you, as a photographer, you invite some the second shooters for your amazing weddings, and you work in the luxury weddings, and this is a great opportunity. How can one reach out to you, or what can you recommend to do? How can we catch your attention, or how maybe you still do this? if you want to reach out to someone?
Yeah, so yeah, of course, I work with many photographers since I work like in many places in the world. So I think I have like, you know, like the group of photographers I work with constantly, like in every popular wedding destination, and that's kind of fun because like when I go back like to some places, I know who I work with more or less, but still you can reach me out anytime. But sometimes I don't have much time to answer all of the requests, of course, especially during the wedding season, but still, like sometimes I just post in my stories, so I'm looking for a photographer or just an assistant, and the team is very, very important to me, of course, and I would never do this like this huge amount of wedding pictures without my team, of course, and team means a lot to me. So yeah, so I'm always happy to work with new people, of course. And yeah, and as far as you said before about networking, so I put a lot of I put a lot into networking because like you never know, like I mean, I didn't do it, of course, as a plan, but you never know where you can meet your personal next client. So you never know this. So you just so my plan was I just tried to you know to did my best on every shooting. So even if it's like sometimes boring or not interesting, or I mean I just tried to did my best to achieve the best result, and then you never know when and who will notice you on this maybe boring shooting, and like that could be your next best client who will call you for like the biggest contract. So that's it's not a secret. I don't hide it, but like in every shooting I try to make my best. And I didn't forget, of course, about networking. So I always had fun with my clients, with the people around me. So I just tried to make it, you know, easygoing all the time, not nervous, not like not yelling at the people, even if the things
Even if
goes
you wanted to yell.
not as planned. Yeah, and I mean the only thing I can be really angry if I'm hungry. So so that's
I mean,
that's the reason. I mean, if you just work like 10 hours at the wedding, and after like 6-7 hours you still haven't eaten anything, so that can be like, you know,
it can be a problem.
annoying.
Out of control.
That can be a problem. In any other case, so I just trying to keep calm and carry on all the time. So
Yeah, that's actually the thing, and I just want to build on it because like then I used to be the wedding planner after our first wedding, like this gorgeous Kate, the bride who chose you because you worked with celebrities. I remember that we fell in love with you and we wanted to work with you more and more because of your work ethics. And as far as I know, and I worked with you many times, and I heard about you. I mean, because of this one is not a big industry. In the end of the day, everyone knows everyone. I never heard like anything from about your work ethics in a bad way, in a bad light, because like whenever, like even if I knew that there were like the big first majeures on these weddings, you always kept like carry on. You never screamed to everyone. You were always polite. You always tried to help everyone, and this is amazing. And even like in terms of editorials, and I mean it everything could go wrong, right? I mean, just the weathers go wrong, or I don't know, the timings go bad. Someone just, I don't know, didn't show up. I never ever saw you. I don't know, even just to change the smile on your face. It's always like we're just fine. We're just good. We just keep going. Everything's gonna be great. I will do some amazing photography. And this one, I would say, from my perspective, was one of the main reasons why I used to and still love and would love working with you, because I know that you will be the great part of my team and I always can rely on you, and you will never tell other people what went wrong in our project. Maybe to some of your friends, I mean the closer circle, but I think you will never do it outside of our bubble, right? Of our team bubble.
Yeah, sure. At least we can
yeah.
have fun of it, at least. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
so
the
this one I just
very,
wanted to tell
very
you.
wrong, you can always smile and have fun, and then yeah, just
Yeah.
Just
So,
enjoy the process anyway.
guys, if you didn't know this, we just wanted to make an announcement here. So this is the greatest thing to actually network with Andrew himself, and also with me and Elena and our team. And because we're gonna do the first group editorial in California this December in Sandstone Winery, Sandstone Villa, which is amazing venue in Santa Ynez, close to Santa Barbara. And they actually host some celebrity weddings. You can see the Sarah Hyland here. She got married, I believe, like during COVID. She's the star of the Modern Family TV show. They have like amazing locations, super beautiful, like amazing light, amazing sunsets. I mean, it's California. What can go wrong here? And so we have, I believe, like a couple of spots like open, like 5 of them. And if you want, you can join us and you can watch Mr. Andrew in action and ask him questions in action, like how to work with the models and everything.
Yeah, and let's keep talking about working ethics.
Yeah.
Right, and the team approach. And thank you for your questions in the chat because they're very much related with what we will talk now about. And basically, what I usually say, you can curate the feed on your Instagram, right, to build a great impression. But when it comes to the wedding day, this is something, and what your working ethics and your reputation, really, it also should be managed by you. And to Daria's point, you have a crystal clear reputation on the market, mostly because of your approach that there is no I in the team, right? And I also want for you to a little bit more elaborate on your approach, working with a like photographer, planner, videographer, everyone on set. How you think about that? Because before you will pass over to you, no, we usually say that the result of your job, it's not just the imagery, right? It's not just the beautiful pictures you give to the couple, it's way more. And the wedding day and the way you work, it's actually part of the product. So can you just give maybe some examples or maybe the approach? Because when we say it, it sounds maybe a little bit artificial because Daria and I, it's like, okay, girls, you teach us, but you don't really work on the wedding day. It can be totally disaster and they need my great portfolio. So tell us from your perspective, the person who immersed in the day, how you approach this part, working with a team and thinking about the final result as a teamwork, or like fighting for your beautiful imagery?
Yeah, so my first rule, I mean, since the beginning of the shooting, so everyone has to feel comfortable, like around me, around the brides. So when everyone is comfortable, when everyone is happy, is smiling, when everyone is calm, I mean, except the bride, of course, because she's, I mean, she can nervous. That's her. I mean, I always think that's so. I'm here for my clients, and that's probably the best day of their lives. And then so I have to give them this experience, not only the pictures that I have to capture, of course, but I have to give them a helping hand when it's needed, like try to make some jokes at least because they nervous. I mean, they don't know what to do, like that's their first wedding at least. So I mean, I've been to many weddings, so I have more experience here. So, and of course I have to be friendly with the other people on the stage, like the videographers, the florists, even, and planners, of course. So we have, as a team, like as a wedding vendors team, we have to show the client that we are professionals. So we know what we are doing, and we will deliver the best result. And when the client understands it in this moment, particular moment, so it just, they let it go. So everything goes on plan. He's professional, like everyone's around is professional. They're smiling, they're making jokes. So everything is okay. So what can go wrong? So that's this feeling I'm trying to give to my clients when I start my shooting day.
Yeah, but I think like not only to our clients, that was my point actually. So even as a wedding planner myself, I used to be in charge of everything. So everything needs to, so it was my responsibility to make sure that everyone feel comfortable and they well fed and they just know what to do and the lighting is good. But this is the thing, even like, because like in the end of the day, we're all people, we all, I mean, have mistakes, and like we get nervous. It's normal if something is going wrong. And it's really important for us to rely on our team. And I had many stories. I'm sure our listeners have many stories that something went wrong and the team kind of turned on them. They didn't support them. They just, I don't know, they just screaming, or they just show it their face that everything goes wrong, and they just don't like it, and the results will be not as great as you would hope. So, but this is the thing about you. So you always keep calm. You always help. And even if you don't need to do this thing, I mean, this is not your responsibility to move the table or to move the vase with flowers or something like that. You will do it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, of
Even
course.
I'm sure
I mean,
you will
I can
still
steam
do
the
it.
dress. I can clean up the jacket. So I can like just give my helping hand if it's needed, because it's not only about photography. Of course, it's like about the whole experience you give to the clients and to the vendors with you, who's working with you as well.
Yeah. So this
Yeah,
is really
maybe I really want to point attention that it's easy to like sit down in the beautiful room and talk about that, but what's important when it happens, a lot of people, what Daria says, panic, and they start doing this finger pointing that it's on them, it's not on me, I'm here for photography and I'm doing my great job, and like you guys fucked up. So, and I know that happens, and I also want to be honest with that. So what we're trying to say now that on the like the professionals never let themselves to behave this way, and that's really important. I know that really important to be respectful for the team, and if something goes wrong, it's part of your responsibility to fix that, even though it maybe wasn't part of your responsibility during the preparation, right? But if decor falls apart, you as photographer will jump into and help to build it again, right? Even
Maybe I'll
though
take some pictures
it
of
maybe
it.
wasn't your fault.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So that is what I'm trying to say, that in many cases, I mean, everyone is different, but sometimes you think, all right, this is they fucked up, it's not me. So I'm sorry to see that, but this is the wrong approach, because at the end of the day, everyone wants a great final result, and great final result impossible with the teamwork, even though you are not the team on everyday job, right? It's only for the wedding.
Sure.
But for the sake of wedding, for the great result, for keeping like great relationship, you kind of jump in and do your best to deliver that. And it's again, it's very easy to sit down and talk about that, but please remember these words when it really happens on the wedding and everyone is stressed and you think that this is worst thing that happened to you, and it's totally not your fault. But please stay calm and try to contribute, because there is a great word in English, I love say it, you can be part of the complaining or you can be part of the solution. So please remember that words and become the part of the solution. It always will be really beneficial and good for your reputation further. And with that, I think that we can move on.
Yeah. Yeah, so another thing that I wanted to bring on is so this is the one thing to actually to keep your smile on your face, and it's completely another thing to actually prepare for everything that can go wrong. And so here's the another statement. So preparation breeds confidence, and confidence breeds success. Meaning that, and we are working with so many wedding professionals, and I know sometimes they just take it as a, I don't know, the chance, I mean, of luck or something like that. So, okay, so this is a beautiful venue. We have the great team. I will just, I don't know, have emails with my couple, and I will introduce myself to them during the wedding day or something like that. It doesn't work at all. And I know you don't like this approach. We had an interview with so many great professionals like Eric McFay, Katie Mary, Josevia. They all about preparation. And I know that you study like the Instagram of the couple, you know their names, maybe like their parents' names, like et cetera, et cetera. So maybe can you like elaborate on this? Because I know that you need to know, like, in terms of the venue, okay, what kind of location can I use? Or if something will go wrong, what can I do here? If I will have just 1 minute to shoot the specific scene, what can I do here? From what angles? Where the sun will set? So can you maybe just elaborate a little bit on this? How do you prepare yourself for every project?
Yeah, sure. Of course, there's a lot of preparations, of course. And first, it's really important to me to know who I work with, so who the clients are, because sometimes it's hard to see or understand because you work sometimes with a wedding planner. They don't want you to contact with the clients directly. Sometimes, I mean, they just trying to hide it, but I don't like it from the first minute, because I usually say that, because to me it's really important to have the contact with the people I work with. And the most awkward moment to me is like to approach to the wedding and it's like, "Hi, I'm Andrew, nice to meet you." I mean, to see them for the first time, because I don't have the imagination. So it's really important to know who the people are, to know their taste. I mean, I usually follow all my clients on Instagram, just trying to understand how they live, what kind of what places they're traveling. I know it could sound like not important, but for me everything is important. So I'm just trying to dig into the personality of the people, and it's kind of interesting to me as well. So I don't do it like on purpose. So I need to know these people. Like, it's not like the police investigation. So I just really interested in my clients and their lives. And since I'm becoming a part of their lives, just maybe for like 10, 12 hours, but still I'm becoming the full part of their lives. And that's actually one of the reasons I love my job as well. So I'm just, I'm just living their lives for one day, and it's so cool. So it's just some magic in it. I don't think there are many professions that can allow you to dig into the different life or cultures just for one day. Why not? It's like you're like into the movie, and there are always different people, different cultures. That's why, I mean, maybe that's why I love to do a lot of destination weddings, because I love to switch the location, switch the people. And it's really important to it keeps me like keep my inspiration on a high level all the time, because I don't get bored of it. And yeah, that's how I prepare to my shooting. So, and of course, I mean, there are some obvious things. Of course, I mean, I check the venue, I check like the sunset time, of course, and I even if I'm not here, I just send my team to check the place, to shoot the video for me. So that's kind of obvious things, but I don't think like still many photographers don't do this preparation work. And yeah, that's I mean, I'm trying before the shooting, I'm trying to be impressed by my clients, so I can see them like in the most interesting way, and to give this perception through my pictures. That's how I usually work and prepare to the.
This is how artists work, right? You can see something that is cool
Kind of.
and like something that I don't see in myself, but I trust you to look at me and to create the imagery. That's why the big part of that is being artist. So again, I sometimes really feel that I sound like a broken record, but again, when we talk about upscale market, I mean, not only upscale market, every couple, especially those who spend thousands, hundreds of dollars into the wedding, they want to work with the best, right? They want to work with people of the same circle. And I would say, Andrew, you did a great job, especially on your Instagram, living the life and showcasing the life you live in terms of the outfits and the brands you wear, the place you visit, the destinations you travel. So can you also, real quick, maybe give some kind of example? So maybe in general, tell about your approach, how you like adjust the lifestyle that speaks well with your clients. And basically that helps you to even have the conversation with them when you meet.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you told this. So as far as I try, I mean, I love to repeat that I didn't do this as a plan, as a like on purpose. So I just did it like as I wanted. So as I told before, I really love to travel. That's my like second passion after photography. So, and I love to discover new places. And I don't stick only for wedding photography in my profile. So I show everything what inspires me. So I show everything what's around me. Of course, I show my family, my wife, my friends, then the new places I travel, and of course, I mean, I love, for example, I love drone photography, I love film photography. So, and I show everything like an all big mixed up on my profile page. I know that not so many photographers do this, but I just that's just how I like it. So and I found it attracts my clients. So they don't follow me as a photographer; they just follow me as a person, as a maybe a trendsetter. I don't know, somehow.
Influencer in some, yeah, in some ways influencer, because like you know about the beautiful destinations, you travel a lot, you meet like great people. So yeah, your opinion
So
leader.
I always showcase this in my on my Instagram page, of course, and yeah. So I just put everything that I see, what inspires me, and that's the I think. I mean, for me, it's a perfect mix of everything what I do, what inspires me, and hopefully my clients loves it. And yeah, that's how it works. Many years already,
Yeah.
like 10 plus years, and I still love to travel, and I still love to discover new places, and I still love to share all of my experience with my followers, of course.
I would say that every word is key, but share was one of the most important because, again, everyone is different. And that's really important to connect with our right couples, but it's hard to connect if you're not sharing, right? Let's say
Yeah.
you visit to these amazing destinations, but if you don't share, they don't know. So that's really important to think, all right, how I can showcase my hobbies, my passion, of course, in the most appealing way, to give the chance to my people to find me and to create the bond. And I think the next point that pretty much connected to the building the brand, being open-minded person and well-educated.
Yeah, that's true. So I think like whenever you approaching, I mean, whenever you hire, because like we work in a service industry, right? In a service market. So that's what we actually give to our clients. It's not only about the result, it's also about the experience. And they have to be confident like why they chose us, and we have to like showcase ourselves as experts in this industry. And I know that you actually just also paying attention on this part as well, just to know about everything what goes on in the world, like the new Jacquemus collection, or like the great restaurant, or I see that you would go to like some museums or like exhibitions and some countries that you visited on, and you know about the latest boss. You can elaborate if I want to talk to you about Met Gala or something, like what happened there, like maybe like some of your favorite outfits. You would definitely study on that. And of course, and your clients will bring up like their choices in terms of the bridal designers, jewelry designers, or venue stores. You can also elaborate on this. And I know that you have an amazing story how one bride quizzed you.
Yeah.
On
Picked with you, yeah, with you.
yeah.
So yeah, just continuing your story. So yeah, I mean, I love to to not to be an expert not only on the photography. So I mean, as a professional, I have to be. I mean, I don't have to be it, but I mean, I like it and I'm interested in it. So I'm just trying to be an expert, like out of the frame. I love to be. I mean, I love wedding dresses. I love fashion world. I love everything around it. And yeah, I mean, there is like a story. I mean, it's not only one story. I mean, there are many of it. But I mean, it was recently I was on a meeting with the bride personally in Miami. So, and she took with her the maid of honor. And we were just, sitting in the cafe, drinking coffee, discussing the wedding. And she was like, and of course I asked her like what kind of dress she has, and she was like showing me the picture, and I was like, oh, is it Zuhair Murad dress? She was like, oh my god, like he's so cool, I told you. And like, signed, the contract was signed like this minute. And that was, I mean, that was my guess. So I wasn't know for sure, like I'm not that kind of nerd that
Familiar with the
We
style.
yeah,
call it
but I'm
educated,
familiar with
yes.
the Zuhair Murad dresses, and I can say that this is Zuhair Murad, this is Berta, this is Galil Haf. I can like I can see the differences, but
See the difference, yeah.
yes. So like in general, but so that was a nice guess. So and I selected correctly. So that's how it works. So sometimes you just tell something to the clients that they don't expect from you as a photographer, because they of course they know that you're a nice professional in the photography field, but when you go out of the frame and you tell them something they don't expect about their I don't know, passion or outfit or lifestyle, yeah, so they're like, well, wow, he knows not only like photography well, so he's a nice guy, why not? And that's sometimes that works like this. They don't expect, there's like, wow, and yeah, here you go. They don't have any doubts now.
My question to you guys, because yeah, I see that there is some kind of silence in the chat. Can you give some reactions or drop in the chat? Do you on purpose read some kind of news just to be updated, just to understand what's going on for your business, maybe both for your business and for your personal interest, but you're aware of that, right? That it's important to be open-minded, to connect with your couples beyond being just a wedding expert. And I really want to hear your feedback on that, because let's say on the last time I went to facial, it's even not the wedding industry. She said, you know what, I read a lot because I have different clients. Some of my clients are into politics, some other in celebrities. So I, as a facial lady, I need to read everything just to like keep moving this 1 hour conversation. And that really caught me, you know? So that's again, thank you for putting some comments. I'm reading it through now. Yes, I think Chelsea, we will give some recommendations, and it's also part of our lesson 6, but we totally will do that. Yeah,
Great.
thank you guys. That's great that at least we have 83 people and at least 5 of them
But they're still active. They're still
apply. All right, so promise we have 2 more insights and then we will move on the Q&A session.
yeah.
And yeah, so we always rooting for your content. We always rooting for you staying live on Instagram, and again, to the point of building personal brand and showing what is like of interest to you. There is a specific quote that you can take picture and post on your Instagram with whatever comment you want to put on. So I will give you some time to take a picture and I will read the quote of the richest man in the world. Right, Daria?
Today, yes, he
It's
beat
right?
Jeff
Okay.
Bezos, he beat the Jeff Bezos, yeah.
Okay. So being a luxury brand is more than just being expensive. It's about being synonymous with unique experiences that cannot be easily replicated. So yeah, please take a picture, post on Instagram, and again, you can put the comment of your values on what you're doing right now, on the live session, educating yourself, chatting with industry experts, and it also will be great benefit for your personal brand. And with that, let's talk a little bit about the profitable portfolio. Of course, this is the ticket to success. And we normally say that people buy what they see, unless they met you in the nightclub, like it happened with Andrew. So Andrew, I think that from the comment, I realized that out of 83 people today and the other people who will watch us, there is a low chances that Wed Vibes community team meet the dream couple in the nightclub. So if I don't meet it in the nightclub, what do I do? And what do you do today, by the way, for the talking about portfolio? Because it's a still big piece of your success. I mean, talking about wedding professionals.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if I would start now, I mean, now I think it's easier to start now. I mean, it's easier from one side and it's harder from another side, because I think like 10, 15 years, there were like way less wedding photographers focused on weddings only. I mean, but on the other side, there were not so many like huge and stylish weddings as now. But still, if I would start now, I think I would go to some kind of master class, shooting class with a nice location, nice models. I think that can work very well, because you're guided with a professional. You can do like, you can play with the light. You can see how nice pictures came coming out. So also, I think I would offer my services for free, maybe for a start, for the wedding agencies. They're all dying to do like more additional content, because the main photographer usually focused on the couple. And I mean, but here is like here is the difference. So you don't have to step on the main photographer's toes, because sometimes it can be really frustrating, because I face that a lot in my job, but I still could manage. But still, I mean, there are so many opportunities to get nice pictures to your portfolio. I sometimes I may make a joke because, for example, you can, when I work in like some city hall of like in London or in Paris, so there are many people coming for the wedding like ceremony or some kind of stuff. So you can just, you know, you can stay as a paparazzi outside of the building. The people like coming out from the wedding. So I mean, sometimes I just make jokes like so many people around, so many beautiful people in one place. Only you have to do is just push the button, and voila, you have the nice nice pictures. But
You
yeah,
have a portfolio.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course, that's a joke, but still, I mean, there are so many opportunities to get nice pictures in your portfolio. You can even like write to someone like who do like the wedding dresses, like the brands, even like if it's just a simple like white dress, why not? You can take your model friend and you can go to some lake or some mountain background. You can do some shots. Why not? Everything is working, and yeah, we live in a world of content, so you can create content from like almost nothing, and it can work. You can do like the white background in your house with a flash or something that also works. So there are so many opportunities to add pictures to your portfolio.
Question. Building on, because you said for the like for the beginners, if we talk about established photographers, like pretty much the middle market, or even you, because even you will join us on the Sunstone Villa and Villa Pizza as a lead photographer, it means that you still care about your portfolio, even though your couples already upscale and everything that you can dream about, right? So tell us a little bit like on your perception, on your approach, why do you still want to, I don't know, do some editorials, even being pretty much on the top of the world?
Thank you for this. I wouldn't say it's like at the top, and there
All
is
right.
a lot of
Like
things I still need to improve to be this kind of guy you're talking about. But yeah, of course. I mean, from the first, I mean, I love to share my results with everyone, of course. As an artist, of course, I love when the people love what I do. Of course, it inspires me, of course, and then. There is no limits of improving your skills. So on every editorial shooting I do, or on every wedding, like the real wedding I do, so there is no limit of doing the better results. So I'm just trying the new techniques, I'm trying the new trends, I'm trying black and white, I'm trying film, I'm trying drone photography, I'm trying like you know, this motion blur photography was like 2 years ago, managed in every photographer's portfolio. But still, I'm trying to try something new, something trendy right now. Why not? Why not give it a try? So everything works for you. So if you stick with your sometimes like I meet photographers who is like very popular, but they're kind of prisoners of themselves because they stick to their like own style that made them popular
like
years ago.
actors.
And they try and they like, okay, this is my past, so I will just do the same things.
I have to do it.
Yeah, I have to do it. So they're kind of prisoners. So they like stuck in this. And I think that trying the new things in photography, even if it's like trendy in everyone does it, so still you have to try. Maybe you bring something new to it. And yeah, that's how I usually think, and my mindset is all about this. So you don't have to stick on like one style, but you have to try something.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
small, but
it's a great way to experiment, and yeah, and also there's like nothing that, I mean, not so many things that could go wrong, right? So it's mostly like prepare, like everything is prepared for you, like in terms of workshops or editorials, or so it's like, just easier to actually get a beautiful picture.
yes, on editorials, so you can do whatever you want. You have time. You don't have. I mean, is far. I mean, maybe some of you know already. So when you have the more expensive the wedding, the more people you have at the wedding, the more like luxurious the wedding is. So the less time you have for pictures. So
Yeah.
you have like sometimes
boom, boom, done. Guaranteed result.
Yeah.
and you have to go. And sometimes people just don't want to pose for you like a lot because they have like many people around like came to their wedding, so they don't want to spend much time for posing and all that stuff. So you have to be super fast and super concrete in your actions. So, and then when you do like editorial, you have like the whole field for you. And then I mean, sometimes it's kind of uncomfortable to me from the first time, because you have you have the whole day and you have the models like ready to do everything for you. It's like, guys, I made everything. It's like 10 minutes is enough for me. So, but then I slow down a bit, and then I can do
And
like
then you
I can
unleash
create
your
something
creativity,
new.
right? Like the
Yeah,
wish list.
sure.
You write down
Yes,
the first
sure.
10 wishes, and then you all right. You take some time to think
Yeah,
about more.
because
That's a
I
great.
just get used to work very fast, because you don't have much time usually during the wedding day. It's hard. I mean, it's hot. It's like many people around, and it's like, I don't know, the sun heating and the wind and everything. So you can't control all the stuff. So that's just the only thing you can control is your experience. So, and using this, you can just gain the nice result, even like in 1-2 minutes of the couple shooting on sunset. That's all we have.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a great point. That basically you also use it as a play field for your, even like for applying some trends and maybe fine tuning your, not fine tuning, but like slightly changing your style. And this is how you actually then work pretty fast. So let's wrap it up with a final statement. Dario, I believe it will come from you, and then we will move on to Q&A.
Yeah, it comes from me. So a big following on Instagram is like having a loudspeaker to the world. It amplifies your voice and your message. And we elaborating on the building the personal brand. And if you will take a look at Andrew's feed from the helicopter view, you will see that he's combining his personal life and his weddings, like he said already. And sometimes just by noticing something beautiful around you, because we all in the wedding industry, we're all about beautiful aesthetics. We're all about design. And it doesn't matter if you're a photographer, wedding planner, I don't know, makeup artist, you can also catch something, like just shoot something on your iPhone if you see that just a beautiful hotel with a beautiful couple. And I believe like this video that Andrew caught in Venice Beach.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Venice Beach.
It just gained like 8 million views at the moment. It just, I mean, it just a moment from some couple's life. I mean, they are so LA. It's such an LA vibe. They're so hip, right? I mean, it is just a great moment, and he caught it because like because you have a skill, you have this like you have an eye for everything was beautiful around
Yeah.
you.
I mean, I had this feeling like something will happen like now. So instead of taking pictures, which I started with, so I just took pictures of the car, 2 cars like parked, 2 fancy old style cars. And then I saw like the people are coming to this car, so I just switched to video, and I think something will happen at least. So, and I mean, she smashed his ass, and then he kissed her. Then she just walked away. That it was so much fun. I was like, yeah, that's a nice
That
scenario.
looked like 8 million views.
Yeah. So that was the whole like the short movie in this like 10 seconds. That's
and this is something that actually keep because I believe you do not do any ads or anything. You mostly about reels and organic content, and your account is still just keep growing. And this is the thing. Maybe this 8 million views, they not like all of your couples. Maybe it's just gonna be like the 1% and maybe less than 1% that people would actually can hire you. But they still like whenever the couples they can see your following, it's like the more is better because they will feel themselves as celebrities being published on your Instagram because it just keeps growing. It have 70K already. So
yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, that was 60 before this this video. Yeah, so I just gained 10K after this short video. Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we're rooting for like all the content, and we're rooting for the accounts that actually combine not only your professional portfolio but also your life, and just keep growing your account, and it will work wonders from a marketing and PR perspective.
Yeah.
And
Perfect. So yeah,
the floor is yours, guys. Finally.
Usually on our live session, we encourage you just to raise your hand. You guys know that you can click the reactions. Under the reaction, there is a button, raise your hand. So raise your hand and turn on your mic and ask question. If there is no volunteers, we actually collected some questions in the chat, but I really encourage you, 80 people in the room. So I really encourage you to go live and turn on your mic and chat with, pick up Andrew's brain right in the conversation.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and you figured it out. Perfect, guys. It's under reactions, like the smile button. All right, so we have Anna and Alberto, and this is like the line. So Anna, you can be first.
Oh, thank you so much for letting me speak first. Okay, hi guys. Thank you.
Hi.
This was a very inspirational talk. It was really cool to hear like Andrew's story and his perspective on everything. My question is the same I sent in the chat actually. So if how did you initially get to shoot this event with celebrities that you talk about? And then any advice on how to do this now? Because I'm seeing some even newer photographers doing this, but to me it seems so out of reach and like impossible.
Yeah, I think thanks for your question. And then that could be easier than you think. I think there are a lot of things happening in the world. So, I mean, you can just select any fashion week and then you can try to be there. I mean, you can just apply to be there as official photographer to any event. And as for now, I would really like to go to New York Fashion Week. Of course, I want to go to Met Gala, but it's hard to get there. But still, you can be at the street. You can just to stay there. You can try to catch try along lens and then try to catch someone in your artistic way. I think that the people will see it definitely. So that's how I would start. That's how I would start now, I think.
Yeah, maybe even the bridal fashion week, because we are because right now we live in the US and we go into every New York fashion bridal week, and they still have some celebrities and some established professionals in the market. So it could be like a fashion one or the bridal fashion one. It counts, right?
All right, yeah. I hope we answered the question. Alberta?
You did. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you, Anna. Alberta, you are next.
All right. First of all, thanks a lot, guys. It's amazing to hear your experience. A couple of questions. One is for Andrew. What will be the lifetime changing, or better say, career changing experience that you had? If you had like a key, like a moment of inspiration that you said, okay, this is a next level. If there will be like an element that got you to the next step. And the second question is, I'm not sure, is a bit off topic and I'm not sure it's fitting this call, but I might drop it. As an entertainer, I find it quite tough to get real good footage. And because sometimes the photographer, that is very tricky to get the footage after the wedding. If there will be any tip to maybe, be more collaborative in a kind of way. I hope I expressed myself, and yeah, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks for your question. And yeah, I'll start first and then maybe ladies will join. So I think, I mean, as I mentioned before, so I think the first game changer was that very first wedding, Italian wedding. So when I just got there and I realized that the wedding can be like that cool. So and I met with these American photographers, and then I decided like that's my past. That's how that I can do the same, but maybe better. I don't know, in my own way. So and maybe if I remember like more things in this. So I think like there was one picture in the presentation, so of the aerial view that I took from the balcony of Villa Balbiano.
It went viral everywhere.
It went viral like all over this one on the left. Yeah, so this
the quote.
picture.
You can stay with the quote, Daddy. Yes.
Yeah, so this picture that was everywhere. So in the world, all the wedding pages, Instagrams, they keep reposting this picture. I don't know. I mean, I know it's beautiful, and there is everything about. I mean, you can see everything about the wedding just in one picture. So you can see the bride, you can see the like coma, you can see the venue, you can see the groom, the guests, like the decorations. So and somehow it worked, and it was everywhere published. Even like on Brides magazine, Harper's Bazaar, I guess, and many more on web vibes as well. So and I think the people like just approached me like the next seasons, like, oh, I saw your pictures, I saw this picture you took on like coma, so we want to hire you on our like coma wedding. So that was like a nice, speed up, and yeah, still enjoying this result.
Right. Thank you very much thanks for sharing it.
Yep, thank you, Alberto.
Thank
Okay,
you, Alberto.
Chelsea.
And I think there was a second question, like how to get more pictures from the photographer.
Yeah, if there is any trick, to get into
I don't think
into
there
the
is any
mindset
trick
of the
because-
photographer, because I know you're busy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm super busy, and sometimes there is no like right answer here. Maybe I don't think maybe it's the best way just to bring your own content maker, not especially like the professional photographer or video maker. So you just bring like, I don't know, the friend who can do like a nice footage for you. Why not? And then you don't need even like the professional camera now, so you can do like with your phone. You only you have to do is like to do some editing after that. So just try to do it by yourself with your own team, and because we have so many things happening, I don't even have time to eat. So yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Okay, so Chelsea, the floor is yours. Oh,
Sorry, I can't unmute myself. Hello, thank you so much for your time, Andrew. This has been such a great call. My question for you is, when you started stepping into working in this luxury market, first part of the question is, did you find that you had like a specific personality type to your client? Like, you find that they have similar personalities or visions, and then once you found that client and worked with them, did you find that you continued to stay within their circle?
Yeah, I wouldn't say like there is like one circle or something, but of course, since I did like a lot of high society event and then fashion as well, so I knew like many like professional models, of course, and sometimes they get married, of course, and then probably, I mean, that helped me. I think, of course, it's easier to work with a like model, or at least the person who know how to act in front of the camera. So, and having those people as a real bride was a nice, I think, also shortcut, I would say. So that helped me to bring my portfolio to this level, I think. And still, like many professional models, being a bride, trust me as a photographer. So yeah, maybe that was my kind of way in here.
Gotcha. Amazing. That makes sense. Well, congratulations on all you accomplished.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Chelsea. That was a great question, actually. Thank you for that.
Okay, Alex. Alex, it's your turn. Alex West. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much for the call. I really appreciate it. One short little question in terms of how do you deal with tight schedules on the wedding day, in terms of maybe publishing photos during the wedding day for like magazines, for like any kind of publish, in terms of working on the wedding day and like on the same side trying to publish the photos like as soon as possible?
Yeah, sometimes it's hard, of course, but I don't, as I told before, I don't work alone on the weddings, like almost never. So I always have my team with me, at least one assistant, so they can help me if it's like the celebrity wedding or something like that. So it's important to deliver the pictures like the next day, at least like 10, 15 pictures. So I mean, I have my team who help me with the selection and then the fast retouching. Of course, sometimes I don't sleep. But just keep in mind, a few key pictures you made throughout the day, and you can also put the rate button on your camera, so it helps a lot as well. So yeah, you can just, sometimes it's enough to select like 15 pictures after the wedding. You can like spend, I don't know, 1 hour of to edit them, but at least they will be the first pictures, and then you can slow down a bit. But yeah, sometimes it's important to deliver first pictures. Yes, I agree with you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, guys, so we have time just for one more question, and we're going to wrap up, so you have an opportunity to ask Andrew, but we really urge you to actually turn on your mic.
And practice public speaking.
Yeah, just to talk person to person, just one-on-one. If you have, an ability to turn on your mic, please do. And one more question, and we're moving on. One question.
All right, Alejandro, great. Just turn on your mic.
Yeah,
Don't
it's on.
hide it. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
How are you?
My question would be, at what point, or did you ever got to try to contact like the wed wife before you became a well-known photographer, high-end photographer, or like the other on the other brands like Vogue and all of those? Did you ever get to contact them before they got to ask for your work, for your job? Yeah, for your work.
Yeah, I would say here, I think I was lucky not to reach out all of these magazines and wedding pages. So I think I just did what I did, and I just posted the pictures that took out great on my Instagram feed. And of course, when I work with the influencers and the celebrities, of course, they post my pictures on their social medias. And luckily, I had the tag, so that's how the brands after that they reached me. So, and I would say I was lucky here because I didn't have I didn't have to reach out them by myself. So yeah, that's how it worked in my case. But of course, I would do this if I start now, definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, we just spent like the hour and a half already here, and if you have any questions to Andrew, you can send it to us via email, and we will be sure to maybe to help answer you them, or maybe just direct some of them to Andrew. And Alex, thank you so much. He just put in the chat our email, marketing@vedvibes.media. Yeah, drop your questions here, and we will assist you. And Andrew, thank you so much. It was an amazing journey, and thank you for sharing all of the insights. And I know that you've done everything organically, but from the marketing perspective, you are the genius of doing all of this organically.
Yeah,
So
thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for agreeing to do this, and we can't wait to actually see you in California this December. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I can't wait, and yeah, speak soon and stay in touch. And yeah, thanks for this conversation.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you everyone who joined us today. And I want to remind you that the next live session will be next week on the day of my birthday, May 15th. All right, Andrew, thank you so very much. And I hope to see you next week. And some of you, I hope to see you in December in California, in Sunstone Villa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
all right. So the last selfie.
Morning, day, and evening. And hello. And I can see the balloons.
All right.
Have a nice
All right,
week.
so I'm turning
Bye.
off.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.